The Deputy Secretary of Labor and Workforce Development. I was going to say career development. Workforce Development. Thank you very much. Kirk is here, and Derek is actually very involved with the SURF process. So we've organized you by the different regions. We've been having conversations with him about the particular needs of you all. So Derek, how does this fit in for you?
Yeah, well, thank you for inviting me. And it's a privilege to sit with the secretaries and the undersecretary today. If you're not familiar with the Community Economic Resilience Fund, the governor signed legislation establishing this new fund in 2021, and in partnership with the legislature, appropriated $600 million to support this economic development initiative. We have never seen that kind of money invested in economic development from any previous governor here in California. So this is a major priority for this governor to see the opportunity to, as the undersecretary said, build from really the bottom up and the middle out, recognizing that California, being what I will call the fourth largest economy in the state, right, or in the world, we are so diverse, and there's such there has been such an attitude of a statewide approach to undertaking economic and workforce development activities for generations and generations. I grew up in Tulare County. The Secretary of Labor grew up in Vina in the North State. We know from these small rural communities, right, that we are very different than the Bay Area and Los Angeles. And really never has an administration recognized that across all of our agencies in all of the programs that we're undertaking. So the Community Economic Resilience Fund has divided the state into 13 regions based on workforce and labor market flows, economies, all kinds of different factors, knowing that regions are porous, right, and regions communicate and work together, and supply chains are connected across regions. But we were investing $5 million into each of these regions for economic planning activities. I like to just help people wrap their minds around what it means to have $5 million for planning. Our friends at the U.S. Economic Development Administration, no offense to them, their typical planning grant is about $150,000. And we've said, here's $5 million to invest in your communities and in your regions, because we need you to do what you need to do to fully understand how to wrap your heads around building an economy that works for everyone and building a California for all. And what that means for us is recognizing that economic development is many, many, many things. Whether you like it or not, we live in a capitalist society where the economy touches every single part of our lives, whether it's children who need healthy lunches in school, whether it's environmental protections and our natural resources, whether it's workforce training for the infrastructure money that we're trying to spend here in California. Everything is part of our economy and a part of our lives. And so as we think about agriculture in particular, so many of the regions in California, their strongest industry sector is agriculture. So many of the lives and the people in those regions, their livelihoods are dependent on food and agriculture. And through the Community Economic Resilience Fund, we have an opportunity to allow you to come to the table and help your region understand what it will take to realign the systems in the community, to realign the investments in the community, and to realign the opportunities in the community to meet your needs just as you are actively trying to meet the needs of us, right? And of our meals and of our supply chains and of our children. We've got some really cool regions like our partners here in the capital region, Valley Vision, who have really charged the way in what it means to be economic developers and thinking about food and ag systems. And I hope that they will be able to teach our colleagues across the state what it means to recognize food systems as a pure part of economic development. So we're excited about this $600 million investment as we look to really wrapping up the planning phase next June. We hope that you all will come to the table and participate with us in that. And then we have $450 million to spend in the actual infrastructure that's needed in your communities. We want to leverage federal dollars from agencies like the USDA. We want to provide matching grants. We want to build the infrastructure that's going to be necessary for all of you. And because it's state general fund monies, we have quite a bit of flexibility to do really cool things and to meet your needs where you are. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.